Hey there, good morning. It's still morning here in Connecticut. It's Jane. How is everybody doing today? I am just getting my tech in order here. I hope you're all well. Happy Monday. President's Day, right? It's a holiday. I'm getting my link. We're gonna do well, I'm not sure when Easter is. Maybe this is early crafting for Easter. It's never too early for me. There we go. I got my link. Send it out to all my texting club people. And there we go. Off it goes. So what I wanted to do today, I know we started our book the other day, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit with this project. But I have these little containers I used to sell at my shop years and years ago. And it actually, look at how pretty they are inside. They're paper mache, and it actually says container made in Western Germany. And I just love them. I can't find them anymore wholesale. I'll try again. They come in all different shapes. And I sold out of all my egg-shaped ones, but I have these great circles. So these are the medium size. I also have some really tiny ones. And then I've got these larger ones. And it's all the same. So what I want to do today is decorate them. But aren't those cool? I will look around for another wholesale source because they were so popular, and they have like Santa's boot shape. They have all these different cool shapes. Let me get over here to the window. It's nice and sunny today. So I thought about using I'll show these to you. They're just called scraps, Victorian scraps, because scrapbooking, I guess, was really big during the Victorian era. But look at these little birds, all these different things. I have tons of these. Look at these angels. Oh my God, they're so sweet. But the thing is, if I use these, I have to show you one more that's really gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. Like, what am I saying? But if I use these on these circles, I'm going to lose some of the image. So I really think I'm going to save these for the book, and I'll show you. Wait, is this it? Oh, look at these. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, I love them. And these are also, it says printed in Germany. So everything comes from Germany. And what I think I'm going to do, though, here's the book that we started. If you didn't catch that, I think I might have sent out an email. I probably didn't because it was on Friday. But I'll send out an email with the link. I think I posted this on YouTube. Obviously, I have to go in and look at all that stuff. But if I didn't post it at Surface Anthology on YouTube, I will. But here's the book. We started making an art journal. Some people call these a junk journal. And I kind of created this sky look. And then I was holding up my angel right on top. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I have to put some of these beautiful scraps on my cover. So I think I'm going to decoupage them on. But that's all going to happen after we make the actual book. So be sure to follow that. And I put them on playlists on Good Morning, Verla. How are you doing? So happy you're here. I feel like it's early. I've been running around today, and I feel like it's 9 o'clock, but it's actually 11:30. So I'm going to save. Look at how beautiful. Oh, these are absolutely gorgeous. And they're like held together with little scraps. So I'll just use little paper scissors to cut these apart. So I will be doing that series. It'll be on Facebook and it will be on YouTube. So easier to follow. Now, getting back to our little containers, what I want to do with these, and I'll show you, is use this is Tim Holtz, I always call him Jim, tissue paper, collage paper, and I think I'm out of this in my shop. But look at how beautiful, right? Today we're gonna do flowers, and I'm also gonna do some of the birds. I save all of this. I don't throw any of my scraps out. But look at how beautiful. So I'm gonna do one of these today with decoupaging this paper on. So I'm using Simply White, and this is the mud paint that I have to order. Another thing on my list I have to get in because I absolutely love this paint. It's a clay-based paint, and it doesn't have a top coat in it. And that's what I want. I do use Amy Howard at Home one-step paint that does have a top coat in it. And for this, I just want a plain old mineral-based chalk paint, clay paint. Oh my God, there's like all those phrases, right? So hopefully that's enough. Let me pour out a little bit more. So, and the reason I'm painting it, if I decoupage the tissue right on top of this gray, it's gonna kind of make it look really dull. So I wanna add a light background for it. Okay. Grab my brush. I didn't lock the wheels on my table. And we're just gonna paint really fast. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going underneath the decoupage. And this paint has really good coverage. Another reason I love it. Now I'm using a natural bristle brush, which is not my favorite for laying down a nice solid coat. I use them a lot for milk paint, but I can't find my flat. This is a flat artist brush in the synthetic. So I'm gonna put that down, paint the bottom. Let me try this one. It's a round, it's not gonna cover as much ground, but we'll see how it is. This fits into the base, and I don't want to cover this part again because it fits. So we want to keep it nice and clean. I'm just moving that around. Yeah, this brush is great for going around the base here and keeping it neat and tidy. Are you guys picky like me about brushes? I'm like, I have to have this brush for this technique, that brush for that technique. I have my waxing brushes. And I think the more you paint furniture, make things, you really kind of gravitate, you find your favorites. And I am definitely one of those people. All right, let's just get it on here with this brush. Okay. And then I'm gonna blow dry. With my fancy blow dryer. Oh, and there goes my paper. pick this up. Hey Cheryl, good morning. So Verla, I'll show you again in a second what this container is. And I'm gonna look around for a wholesale source for them. I'm gonna be blowing paper all over my table. Okay, so these containers are from Western Germany. They're German. I am really into Christmas decorating, Christmas ornaments, you know, holiday decorating. I don't really like to use plastic unless I have to. I love vintage and all of that. And I love sourcing things that are made in their original factories. Like these are from Western Germany. Look at how beautiful they are, right? And they're containers, and they come in all different sizes and shapes. I used to have egg shaped ones, but I sold them all. And they're just paper mache. They're all paper, and they're just beautiful, right? So once I decorate these, I have had some for 15 years. So they last, you know, they're heirlooms. So you could put your name inside, you know, made by, and keep them in the family. So I like to use this kind of stuff. But they come in all different sizes too, right? Aren't these adorable? And they just open up. And I can paint these and decoupage them and put them in a bowl with those eggs that I painted last week. So I love these. They fit into each other. They're just a lot of fun. Aren't they beautiful, Verla? I love them. And then I showed you guys also from Germany. I think the Germans are really into Christmas decorating. But that's where all these beautiful papers are from, or scraps as they're called. And those are gonna go in and on my book for sure. All right, I just want to touch up one little section of this right here where I had my thumb. All right, now to decoupage. So I'm using little paper plates today, and I've got my Tim Holtz paper, and this one is called Floral, and I may have some of these left on the website, and my website is chalkmercantile.com. If you want to join my membership or for education, learning, all my workshops, it's surfaceanthology.com. All right, here it is. And you know, I agonize, like, how do you decoupage over something round? Well, you just smush it down, right? You just go like this, and it's just gonna fold down. I could sit here and cut this, and I'm just not going to. That's just not my thing. So I'm going to just smush it down and apply the tissue. All right. I'm gonna rinse my brush. And I definitely use a synthetic bristle brush for this. And a flat would be great, would be ideal. I just don't have one near me right now. So I've got my shape, and I'm just gonna put on the decoupage medium. And you can use Mod Podge. This is Authentico. I mean, there's 8 million different ones. I think DIY line calls it patina. I'm not sure, but they've got one. And I'm using a matte one. I don't want any shine to this at all. Okay. Make sure it's covered really well. And we'll see how this goes. Get that out of the way. I think I'm going to start. I love these peach colored ones. And I have to make sure I go to the edge and I just missed it. So what I'll do there is I will tear off a little piece and put it right there. So I'm just gonna push it down. All the way around. And you may need to kind of open up these folds a little bit so it's not too bulky. All the way around. Now, I am going to tear this. Somebody, and I don't remember who it was, told me if I put a little bead of water, and you can get these little pens that just have water in them, and just run it along the edge where you want it to tear, it'll tear. Well, I don't have that, so I'm just going to tear it with my fingers. But to me, that sounds like a really, really cool option to, you know, simplify this tearing. So I'm just going around. And this tissue is stronger than it looks, let me tell you. So that little bit of water would be great. Okay. And there it is. It's coming up. Isn't that a great idea, Verla? I love it. I just think it's so sweet. I'll put out treats for myself. My grandson, I'm going to say to my grandson, go look for the flowered containers out there. He knows how Gigi is. He knows Gigi. He says, Gigi likes pretty things, and I do. And he likes them too, for sure. All right, so I did that. And now what I'm going to do, I've got to fix that little corner. That will make me. You do the water trick. See, you're an artist, and you use an artist brush dipped in water. I should have just had my little brush. Verla, it's definitely a Monday for me. And I have to tell you, one of my sons has a new place. We spent hours yesterday at IKEA, and I think it sucked the life out of me. I mean, it was a lot of fun. And of course, it was packed. So in Connecticut, we drive down to New Haven, and I said, oh, nobody's going to be at IKEA, you know, a late Sunday afternoon. Oh, was I wrong? I was so wrong. It was packed. And, but it was just fun to get out, walk around, you know, see other people. I've been so isolated, so that was fabulous. You know what I could try, Verla? Maybe I could just dip, even though this brush is kind of big, just put some water right there and those little stragglers and see if that works. And you probably need to go on the inside. Yeah, it does. It works really well, you guys. So do as Verla does. Okay. But what I'm going to do, in the interest of time, Verla, I'm telling you, you all need to have your own Facebook page so we can watch your tricks, because people come up with the most ingenious things. I am going to now put on a top coat of the decoupage, and I'm going to sneak it in a little bit underneath and kind of just roll these over. And the next time I do it, I am going to do Verla's tip with the water, because it just makes your life so much easier. And it gives you that nice soft torn edge. Cutting it just does not look the same. It doesn't have that nice soft look. But look at how pretty that looks now. And I'm going to get my decoupage, and I'm going to just apply a top coat, and then I'll go around the edge. And I love this because it's roses. I could put these, I have a big old ironstone bowl on my, it's like a footed bowl, a compote, on my dining room table, and I could just throw these in and have that kind of springy Easter feel. I'm just gonna go around, get underneath, and roll that over. And yep, I'm using my finger. But you do want this glued down really well with the Mod Podge. You don't want it loose anywhere. And this isn't Mod Podge, but I think they're all kind of sort of the same. All right, there we go. And then when you let this dry, because you hate straight edges too, right? It is too perfect, and it doesn't, there's almost like a little ridge or something that catches the light, depending, right, Verla, on how thick the tissue is. And I don't like that. I like that more organic, imperfect, handmade look. Imagine if you were going to go buy these made. They would be very expensive, all the time we put into this. We want it to look beautifully handmade, right? All right. So what I do to dry these is I put this down, right down on waxed paper. I've got my waxed paper next to me, of course, with a bunch of stuff on it. But I just let these dry on the wax paper so they don't stick. The other thing to do that I've seen people, maybe Verla, you've seen this, if you have a little piece that's just hanging off an edge, you can use a piece of sandpaper and kind of sand it right at that edge, and then it will pull off. That'll also give you a softer edge. So there's my top. I'm gonna put it down on some wax paper, and then you could kind of work, make sure you have everything covered. And to move this along a little bit, I'm gonna dry it so we can see what it looks like. Jane, remember to put your brush in water. There's nothing worse than ruining brushes. Are you guys getting the gardening itch yet? We had a day, a couple of days ago, it was 58 degrees here in Connecticut, and I could smell that soil, and I saw a little mole had opened up its tunnel of the hole. Of course, my dogs found it, and my grandson wants to plant blue flowers, so I definitely have that feeling of spring, you know, and that makes me think about Easter and renewal. And boy, when I go out and smell that soil and the leaves, I'm like, I gotta go buy some plants. I want to plant. And my husband told me to cool my jets. He says it's gonna be cold again, but pretty soon we'll be able to do that for sure. So there's my top, almost dry. When it's not milky anymore, you've got a nice dry surface. And imagine, I'm gonna do that. This is definitely, Verla, this is where the wet edge would work, because I have to put the decoupage down, and then I can't put it on this part because this is what fits inside, right? So we don't want to put a layer there. So that's what I'm gonna do there for sure. Snow in the yard, right? Verla's saying she's got snow in the yard melting and it's mud. Yep, my foot went down like a foot. And Jean, where are you? Verla, where are you too? Where are you guys? I think somebody's in Texas. Did they have snow in Texas? Probably, right? I think they had some really cold weather down there. But look at that. look at how sweet. Isn't that absolutely adorable? And then imagine opening this and you have a nice chocolate in there. Or I don't know. I love chocolate. Idaho. Yes, Idaho has snow for sure, right, Jean? And when does your spring hit there? When does spring hit Idaho? Because Idaho, we drove across, and Illinois, you guys just had a lot of snow. Like I saw that, and that snow, when it reached us, that huge storm system, was really, really tons of rain for sure. And Idaho, I think, is very elevated. So you get lots of snow there too. But you know what? In a month, right? Let's see. 2 months, I think everybody's going to be in spring, except those way high up in the mountains, right? So you guys, that's my little project. I will look for a source. April, right? April is when. So we have another month and a half. It's going to go by really fast, you guys, especially if you start making your Easter decorations now. You know, do little crafty things. You'll be ready when it hits. I am going to look for a source again for these containers. When I had them in my shop, they were really, really popular, and I just love them. But I will do a second coat of decoupage on this. And again, I'll be decoupaging the bottoms. I'll put pictures of these up. I post on Instagram, Surface Anthology on Instagram, or Chalk Mercantile on Instagram. And you can see, you know, the things I make there. But I'll definitely do another coat of the decoupage. I could even put a matte varnish on this. And Verla, I will. When I find them, what I'll do, if you guys haven't joined my text club, I'll give you the number. Look at me. It's on the wall over there. 860-385-6369. 860-385-6369. I will send out a text when and if I can find a source for these. I'll also, if you're not on my email list, I send out emails when I get new stuff in or stuff is back in stock. So isn't the paper beautiful? And this I do have in the shop, and that's at Chalk Mercantile. It's Jim Holtz, and it's collage paper. It's called Floral. And oh my God, I just want to plant roses. Isn't that beautiful? So Jean and Verla, thank you so much for joining me. Seattle Cheryl. You know, one of my regrets, I lived out, and I don't have a lot of regrets, let me tell you, but it always seems to be about real estate where I lived. One of them was when I was an art student in New York City. My cousin, who was much older than me, found me an apartment in Gramercy Park for $500 a month, and it was rent controlled. Do you know what that would be worth, you know, now? And I didn't like my roommate, so I left, and I was the one who had the lease. My cousin wanted to kill me. And Cheryl, when I lived out in California, we lived in Marin and San Anselmo. I was working so much. I had a salon in Mill Valley. My husband and I kept saying, we're going to drive up the coast. We're going to drive up the coast. Never made it up there. And Seattle is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. That whole area, you know, the country is beautiful. But I really wanted to go, and we never went. So now we promised each other we're going to go out and visit Seattle, because it's supposed to be really hip and groovy, have really good coffee, all that good stuff. So Cheryl, I got to get out there. And yeah, it's muddy here, but I'm an optimist. And making these little things just is the promise. You know, pretty soon it's going to look like this outside. So Cheryl, Jean, and Verla, thank you so much being my crafty buddies today on Facebook. I will continue with some more stuff tomorrow. I'll show this off. Yeah, really good coffee, right, Cheryl? And I'm a coffee maniac. I have a monstrous mug on camera. I'm like, oh, I need some hot coffee. I love it. So I'm going to make it out there. I promised my husband, and we'll be together. Oh, man, I'm so silly. So you guys, thank you so much. I will be back again tomorrow doing something else. I'll post pictures. Have a wonderful Monday. Again, you guys, thanks for joining me. And happy painting, happy crafting, you guys. And by the way, show me what you're making because I want to see. Look at the good advice Verla had today. We've got some really cool, crafty, creative people here on Facebook. So show us what you're making. All right, you guys, take care. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.